Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. M***KSH TV series. MASH is a 1972-1983 American television series developed by Larry Gelbart, adapted from the 1970 feature film MASH. The series, which was produced with 20th Century Fox Television for CBS, follows a team of doctors and support staff stationed at the 4077th Mobile Army Surgical Hospital, in Uijeongbu, South Korea during the Korean War. The show's title sequence features an instrumental-only version of "Suicide Is Painless," the theme song from the original film. The show was created after an attempt to film the original book's sequel, MASH Goes to Maine, failed. The television series is the best-known version of the MASH works, and one of the highest-rated shows in U.S. television history. The series premiered in the U.S. on September 17, 1972, and ended on February 28, 1983. With the finale, showcased as a television film, titled Goodbye, Farewell and Amen, becoming the most watched and highest-rated single television episode in U.S. television history at the time, with a record-breaking 125 million viewers, according to the New York Times. It had struggled in its first season and was at risk of being cancelled. Season 2 of MASH placed it in a better time slot. The show became one of the top 10 programs of the year and stayed in the top 20 programs for the rest of its run. It is still broadcast in syndication on various television stations. The series, which depicted events occurring during a 3-year war, spanned 256 episodes and lasted 11 seasons. The Korean War lasted 1128 days, meaning each episode of the series would have averaged almost 4.5 days of real time. Many of the stories in the early seasons are based on tales told by real MASH surgeons who were interviewed by the production team. Like the movie, the series was as much an allegory about the Vietnam War as it was about the Korean War. The episodes, Abyssinia, Henry and The Interview, were ranked number 20 and number 80, respectively, on TV Guide's 100 Greatest Episodes of All Time in 1997. In 2002, MASH was ranked number 25 on TV Guide's 50 Greatest TV Shows of All Time. In 2013, the Writers Guild of America ranked it as the 5th best-written TV series ever, and TV Guide ranked it as the 8th greatest show of all time. Synopsis. MASH aired weekly on CBS, with most episodes being a half-hour in length. The series is usually categorized as a situation comedy, though it is also described as a dark comedy or a dramedy, because of the dramatic subject material often presented. The show was an ensemble piece revolving around key personnel in a United States Army Mobile Army Surgical Hospital in the Korean War. The 4077th MASH was one of several surgical units in Korea. As the show developed, the writing took on more of a moralistic tone. Richard Hooker, who wrote the book on which the television and film versions were based, noted that Hawkeye's character was far more liberal in the show than on the page. While the show is traditionally viewed as a comedy, many episodes were of a more serious tone. Airing on network primetime while the Vietnam War was still going on, the show was forced to walk the fine line of commenting on the war while at the same time not seeming to protest against it. For this reason, the show's discourse, under the cover of comedy, often questioned, mocked, and grappled with America's role in the Cold War. Episodes were both plot and character-driven, with several episodes being narrated by one of the show's characters is the contents of a letter home. The show's tone could move from silly to sobering from one episode to the next, with dramatic tension often occurring between the civilian draftees of 4077th Hawkeye, Trapper John, and B.J. Hunnicutt, for example, who are forced to leave their homes to tend the wounded and dying of the war, and the regular Army characters, such as Margaret Houlihan and Colonel Potter, who tend to represent ideas of patriotism and duty. Other characters, such as Cole, Blake, Marge, Winchester, and Corporal Klinger, help demonstrate various American civilian attitudes toward Army life, while guest characters played by such actors as Eldon Quick, Herb Voland, Mary Wicks, and Tim O'Connor also help further the show's discussion of America's place as Cold War warmaker and peacemaker. Characters. MASH maintained a relatively constant ensemble cast, with 4 characters: Hawkeye, Father Mulcahy, Margaret Houlihan, and Max Klinger on the show for all 11 seasons. Several other main characters departed or joined the program midway through its run. Also, numerous guest actors and recurring characters were used. The writers found creating so many names difficult, and used names from elsewhere. For example, characters on the 7th season were named after the 1978 Los Angeles Dodgers. Spearchucker Jones. During the first season, Hawkeyes, Trappers, and Frank's bunkmate was an African-American character called Spearchucker Jones, played by actor Timothy Brown. The character disappeared after the episode Germ Warfare, because, at the time, no record existed of African-American doctors serving in Korea during the Korean War. According to the memoirs of Harold Secor, a doctor working at the 8055th MASH unit, on which MASH is based, at least one African-American doctor did serve in Korea during the Korean War. Thank you for watching. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.